For this episode's fan segment, we asked our parent listeners out there to tell us about a time that they were maybe in over their heads. And we covered a lot of that, I believe, in today's episode.
Sure did.
Yeah. Rebecca especially, I think, was in over her head.
There's a lot.
But a lot going on. A lot going on.
You had 3 kids at one time.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's trying to make everything perfect for Thanksgiving. She's trying to get, her kids to her parents' house, make it perfect for them, blah, blah. Trying to do everything for everyone.
The kids are fighting. Cranberry
Yes.
sauce ends up on the floor. I mean, it's a hot mess.
And it's too long of a drive. First of all, let's talk about this. 6 hours.
6 hours.
Makes no sense.
Where do they live? Where do they live? Your
They
parents?
live in Bethel Park.
They live in Bethel Park.
Yeah, outside of Pittsburgh.
And yet, at the end of the day, all of these calamitous, tire blowing out, long hike, ending up in Pilgrim Rick's hotel, creates beautiful memories and lifelong traditions.
It's true.
It does indeed.
So for this episode's fan segment, we asked our parent listeners to tell us about a time that they realized they were maybe in over their head and to share any words of wisdom for all of us. So here is what some of them shared.
Okay, I'm good. I need all of this.
Start it off,
All right. This is from Colin, all the way from Belfast in Northern Ireland. My wife went out for the afternoon for the first time since our son was born, and I was at home alone with a newborn and a 2.5-year-old. He threw up everywhere while I was changing him, and my daughter whacked her head and was screaming. I felt completely stressed and overwhelmed. Then it passed, and we got through. I've learned to ignore the wave of the feeling of overwhelm because you get through. It passes, and peace and calm return.
This too shall pass, bruh.
That's true.
The good and the bad.
Yeah, all
Yeah.
the good and the bad. Look, I don't think you're fully initiated into parenthood until you've had some other part of fluid from your child land on your body.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right?
Absolutely.
Be it vomit, be it poop,
Yeah.
be it
Urine.
pee.
Yeah.
I can remember holding the kid. Ryan went into the store to go grocery shopping. Me and Andrew were hanging out. And I was like, his diaper got full. There were no extra diapers. So I was just like, all right, we'll just wait till we get home. And then he went again.
Oh.
And then it started to come down. And
Yeah.
I was like, just sitting there and it's on there. And I was like, this will never happen. Before you have kids, this will never happen. I'm not going to let anybody just deuce on me. And then all of a sudden,
Yeah.
you got deuce.
Yeah. Last week I had throw up on me on 2 separate occasions. The same day.
The same day.
no.
That's how it goes. Let's see what Brittany has to say in terms of her advice. Brittany says, and I like this, it's okay to not be okay. Take a step back, take a break, walk away. You can't parent effectively if you're not in the right headspace. Come on now, Brittany.
Absolutely.
You know what
I
I'm
feel like
saying?
I remember that on a daily basis.
You know,
Right.
because it is very easy to be reactionary
Yeah.
as a parent instead of responsive. A response you get to choose. A reaction is involuntary.
Yes.
Take that breath, everybody.
Yeah.
Keep moving.
Rachel and I call it the tap out.
yeah.
I literally
Tapping
I
out?
look at her and I go, I'm tapping out. and she slides in,
Yep.
takes over whatever situation,
sir.
Gosh.
and I'll be back in 20.
It's nice when there's 2 in the house.
So
Come on.
Desi says,
Yes.
I decided to let my 1-year-old and 5-month-old and my 2-year-old and 9-month-old help make breakfast. Oh my goodness. Wasn't long before pancake mix was in their hair, on their faces, all over the floor. I've learned to step back and embrace the chaos. Wow. Those hysterical laughs live on forever in my heart. That is some
That is
dynamite
amazing.
perspective.
So,
That
think-
is the Randall in me, by the
Yeah.
way, loves order.
Yeah.
Same.
I don't know if I can have little kids running around in my kitchen,
Yeah.
but God bless you, Dad.
Pancake
We
mix
should clarify.
everywhere.
That's just 2 kids, right?
3 kids. It's a 1 year and 5-month-old.
Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry.
And
Oh,
my-
it's 2
no,
year
it's
and
just 2
9-month-old.
kids.
No,
Okay.
just 2 kids.
It's
Yeah,
just 2
it's two
kids.
kids. Sorry.
Because
Let me-
I don't think that's genuinely
me-
possible to have a 1-year-old, a 5-month-old.
Like, I don't understand how this is happening.
But this is
That is
but
a- sorry.
She's not counting by months, right? It's
I-
important to count
listen.
by months. When
I am I am specific when it
Yeah.
comes to the age of my children too, but let me
Right.
rephrase that.
She has a
So let me read this
17-month-old.
again. So
Yes.
decided to let my 1-year, 5-month-old
Yes.
and my 2-year and 9-month-old
There we go.
yes,
help make breakfast.
yes.
We thought there was 4.
It was way more chaotic.
Crawling around,
Yeah.
just doing this.
The way it's written, 1-year and
Yeah.
5-month-old
Yeah.
and my 2-year.
No, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Not at all. It's all
Oh,
good.
wow.
Yeah,
But look,
sometimes you
these
just have to lean
hysterical
in.
laughs will
Yeah.
live on forever. at my mistake.
Sometimes you got to lean into the mess.
Yes, ma'am.
And just let it be
Yes,
messy.
sir.
I appreciate
Who's
that.
next?
All right. Ashley
Ashley.
wrote, all of the newborn phase
Oof.
was something that got her in over her head.
Yeah.
It's okay to not love it.
Ah.
It gets better.
Yes.
I'm a pediatric physician assistant and work with new moms every day. It helps to know you're not alone and your feelings are valid.
That is so incredibly important.
I mean,
It
to
is.
highlight.
It is.
Mm-hmm.
I think, especially for moms and the idea that like you're supposed to be instantaneously in love,
yeah.
head over heels completely, and that's the only thing that you're like allowed
And
to
know
feel.
exactly
Yeah,
what
that's-
to do.
Exactly. That's the only space you're allowed.
Right. Like you're allowed that and everything else.
Yeah.
Right? Because it is, I always try to break this down because people sort of like, they like to talk about, so when are you going to have a kid? And are you excited? And da-da-da, welcome to the club. And it's a great club.
Mm-hmm.
It's an awesome club. It's the hard club.
As soon as you join, there are no other members.
Yeah.
Hard
It's only you.
As soon as you join the club, everyone
Yeah.
disappears.
Everybody's
Yeah.
gone.
You're like, I used to have friends. I used to have friends. And now I'm alone in this house.
Yeah.
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 It's
I
real.
feel that.
So like I appreciate that sentiment very, very much. Thank you,
Yes.
Ashley. Jennifer, this is what she has to say. As a parent, I realized I was in over my head when I went through a divorce and was suddenly on my own as a mom of 2 boys. My dad had recently been diagnosed with dementia, and my mom was overwhelmed as his primary caregiver, so I suddenly couldn't lean on them either, and they suddenly needed me too. It was a whole new reality, completely foreign, that I had to navigate, and it was overwhelming. I don't know about words of wisdom, but I would say I navigated through it 4 years later by just staying the course and taking it day by day, sometimes moment by moment. One task at a time, one foot in front of the other. Like that saying about taking the first step, even if you can't see the whole staircase. That is an MLK quote that she's saying, faith is taking the first step, even when you don't see the whole staircase. Listen, that's a bar.
Yeah.
When you think about the totality of things that need to be accomplished, sometimes in a given day, like sometimes I feel like when I try to look at the whole elephant, I'm like, I can't put that in my mouth.
Yeah.
Right? You got to take it piece by piece. You
Yeah.
got to take it moment by moment and trust that the next moment will be there. And then when you get to that moment,
Yeah.
you'll know what to do.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, life, period. That shit.
No matter
can-
the circumstances. Yeah. Because everyone's going to have different circumstances. But
Yes.
certainly, yes. That is incredible advice.
Yes.
Um,
Thank you, Jennifer.
Beth, a twin mum from the UK, says when the sonographer said there are 2 in there, not quite a big 3, but still a shock. Words of wisdom, repeat the mantra. It's just a phase each time a new hurdle appears.
Yeah.
That is the truth.
Yeah. Yeah.
The
Yeah.
good, the bad, everything in
Good
between.
phases.
Yeah, totally. It's like you can't sort of get nothing is set in stone.
Yeah.
You can't get used to any one thing because before you know it, it's going to change. Everyone's sleeping fantastically,
Yeah.
and then someone's going through a sleep regression or potty training or something.
Parenting seems to be the ultimate Buddhist exercise in non-attachment.
Yeah. And trying to stay present.
Yeah.
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 The
And
only
trying to
thing.
keep hummus off your shirt.
Oh, and
too.
It's not gonna happen.
Don't forget the deuce, Jack.
not-
Don't forget the deuce. I'm just saying. It's real.
This is Sterling Brown reminding you, don't forget the deuce.
Thank you guys for your advice,
Yeah.
for sharing moments of being overwhelmed and ways of making it through it. Deeply appreciate your perspective.
It's
and I will
helpful to
take it.
everyone,
To everyone,
including
yeah,
us.
Including us.
Yes.
Yeah.
Much
Certain lessons you
appreciated.
can learn over and over again.
And also, if you have a friend with a new child, reach out.
Bruh.
They long to hear
Come
from
on,
you.
Yes.
man.
Don't forget about them.
Yes.
They need
Amen.
you.
All right. That's it for this fan segment. Appreciate you guys.